I always thought the world outside my window was fake. School, people, faces, they never felt real to me. Like cardboard cutouts, pretending to have lives. The only thing that made sense was the screen. The flicker of pixels, the sounds of bullets, the tight grip of a controller in my hands. That was real. Call of Duty was my world. 18 hours a day, every day. Alone in my room. Lights off, headphones on. I didn't need the outside world. But sometimes, when I looked in the mirror, I wasn't the only one looking back. And that other me, he had very different ideas about winning. This is the story of what happens when the game becomes real. When virtual kills become actual bodies. When losing online means people die offline. Online, I was somebody. Rico, Amy, Ty, and Nate, they were my crew. My only friends. We didn't talk about real life, just wins, tactics, and headshots. I was the best. My kill-death ratio was legendary. They respected me, looked up to me. In Call of Duty, I was untouchable. Dude, you're insane! How did you even see that guy? Jason's got those eagle eyes, man. He's like a machine. They didn't know what I looked like. Didn't know I lived alone. Didn't know about the thoughts that sometimes crept in when the game was off. But that was perfect. In the game, I was powerful, respected, feared by enemies. Everything I wasn't in real life. Then, one night, everything changed. I logged in like always, ready for another perfect game, another victory. Call of Duty's dead, bro. Mortal Kombat's where it's at now. I laughed, thinking it was a joke, but then Amy chimed in. Don't tell me you're scared of some blood, Jason. Man just doesn't want to lose for once. He sucks at fighting games. Always gets wrecked. I laughed along, pretended it didn't bother me, but inside something was burning because I didn't know how to fight like that. In the first match, I died in seconds. Amy cheered, "Fatality!" as my character was sliced in half. Then, Rico tore my heart out. Nate burned me alive. They kept laughing, and I kept dying, over and over. The best player was reduced to a punching bag. I don't remember turning off the console. I just remember walking to the bathroom. My head was pounding, like someone was hammering inside my skull. I looked in the mirror. My reflection stared back, but it didn't blink when I did. It just watched me. That's when I heard him. Not from behind me, not from the mirror, from inside my head. Calm, cold, confident. They want violence? Let's give them a real show. Something in me changed that night. Split. Like I'd been one person my whole life, and suddenly, I was two. I created a new username, Reaper X. Not just to prove them wrong, but to become someone else. Someone who knew how to win. I didn't sleep, didn't eat, just practiced. Learned every fatality, every combo string, every brutal finishing move. When I came back online as Reaper X, I was unstoppable. My kill rate went to 100%. Perfect execution. Perfect timing. Even the developers took notice. Featured my gameplay on their official streams, but that wasn't enough for him. He didn't want their approval. He wanted payback. Real payback. Against the people who humiliated us. Games are just practice. Time for the real tournament. It started with Amy. She always played katana, always mocked me while slicing me up with her fan blades. So I gave her a fan of her own, a real one, sharp, metal, just like in the game. I don't even remember how I got inside her house, like sleepwalking. She turned around from her computer, and that was it. A few seconds later, her face was gone. Her Twitch stream caught a few blurry seconds before cutting to static. I whispered, "Fatality," and left. Perfect execution, just like in the game. The next day in the game lobby, Rico asked if anyone had heard from Amy. I said she rage quit. They thought I was joking. Rico was next. He played Scorpion, always yelling, "Get over here!" as he yanked my character across the screen. So I made it real. Rope with a kitchen hook. Dragged him through his garage wall. It wasn't easy, but it was clean. The sound was perfect, just like the game. Metal on bone. The chain is pulling tight. "Get over here," I whispered. I was getting better, more precise. Each kill is cleaner than the last. Ty like Sub-Zero, ice powers, spine rip fatalities. You can guess what happened to him. I'll admit, the spine part took some practice, but I studied. Dissected pigs from the butcher shop first. When I got to Ty's apartment, I was ready. Perfect technique, just like Sub-Zero taught me. The crack of vertebrae, the perfect separation, better than any fatality animation. 3 down, 1 to go. The crew was almost complete. Finally, Nate. He was different, quiet, kind of like me, but he laughed at me just the same. I gave him Liu Kang's fatality, full force bicycle kick down 3 flights of stairs. His bones cracked like dry leaves, each impact on each step. Musical, rhythmic, perfect. And just like that, the crew was gone. All of them. Every person who humiliated me was dead. I had won. Finally, completely, permanently won. Then came the invite, a message on my screen. Congratulations, you've been selected for the Mortal Kombat Pro League. I stared at it for a long time, then smiled. Not my smile, his smile, the winner's smile. I typed back, I will show everyone what real combat looks like. At the tournament, they called my name, Reaper X. The crowd roared, lights flashed, cameras focused. And there he was across from me, my final opponent for the championship. Nate? But that didn't make sense. Nate was dead. I remember the blood, the screams, the sound of his spine folding like paper. Jason? Jason, are you okay? You look confused. And just like that, the wall cracked. My head pulsed. Voices screamed inside me, some laughing, some crying, some are begging me to stop. The controller dropped from my hands. The crowd was staring. The lights were too bright. Everything was wrong. Security was moving toward me. Nate was standing up worried. Amy was in the front row. Rico was commentating. They were all alive. All there. All looking at me like I was crazy. Now, I'm here. In a white room with no door handle. Soft walls. Locked windows. The doctors say I've been here for years. Jason, you never left this facility. The tournament, the murders, the gaming league, it was all in your head. They say I never had online friends. That Rico, Amy, Ty, and Nate were just voices in my head. Symptoms of my condition. Dissociative identity disorder, they call it. The other voice was just another me, the violent me, the one who wanted to win at any cost. But I know the truth. I remember their screams. I remember the weight of their blood. I remember every fatality like I'm still performing it. I sit in my cell, staring at the wall. The names are still there, scratched into the padding. Amy, Rico, Ty, Nate, crossed out one by one. Beneath them, I've drawn their deaths, exactly how I did them. Every detail is perfect. Every wound is precise. The doctors don't believe me. They think I'm improving, getting better. They talk about release dates and reintegration. But that's okay. They think the game is over. They think Reaper X was just a delusion. If you're listening to this, if you think your online friends are real, if you think the game world is separate from reality, remember that screens are just windows. And sometimes, what's on the other side is looking back. I lean in close to the wall and whisper the words that started it all. Round 2. Fight.